Good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Oh, you look like you just woke up out of bed.
Listen, do you know when I start doing crafting, you know what happens? I end up
Mm.
staying up very late,
Oh
too
yes.
late, too late. I need to learn to go to bed when I'm doing that and not stay up till like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning trying to finish stuff off. So, this is what happens.
Yeah.
So
So,
so good morning everybody. Good morning whoever's on HPQ, Mixcloud, on SharkyDJ. I haven't even got them up yet. That's how organized I am.
well, we have
But
Lani Lou
last
just joined us. 666. Lani Lou 666. Every time I see that number 666. Mm.
the mark of the devil.
Yes. I think somebody in America's got that on his forehead right about now.
Well, actually, maybe I'm the devil incarnate because I always used to say this when I go out. But my first name, my middle name, and my surname happen to all have 6 letters each.
Oh wow. Explains everything.
And my birthday date, if you kind of turn them all around, there's three sixes in there as well. Turn them
Yeah,
upside
there
down.
is,
So,
isn't there? Yeah. Oh yes.
you know,
There.
the devil
Gosh.
incarnate. That's
Oh,
HPQ.
don't even say that.
I used to say it all the time. I used to say it all the time. Anyway, good morning, Jax. Happy
Don't wish it on yourself.
G-Force, Lanny Lou. Long time since I seen that name. Lovely Lee. Good morning, Spice Nice. Who else? Laurie. Well, we've got a few people on this morning. Good morning. It's 10 minutes past 8. And outside is still grey. When I woke up this morning after 6 o'clock, my eyes first opened before I quickly went back to sleep. It was dark. And I hate it now that that's when you know summertime is ending, when the clocks go back.
When do
And
they go back actually?
yeah, they're going back at the end of this month, isn't it? Isn't it always the end of October?
I'm not sure. Gosh.
Yeah, something around there. But it's grey. It's still raining. It's
You know
horrible.
what?
Don't want to
I,
leave my house at
I'm
all.
I'm just turning on my heat up now. I mean, I've got it on 23 now. I've just turned it on 24 because it's like chilly in here, man. And if my place gets cold, that means it is cold outside.
Ah, well, my place is not that cold actually. It's not too bad. It's not too
Mm.
bad. I'm just aching. I went to. I'm into bungee fit at the moment. Those that don't know what bungee fit is, you are suspended on like the bungee jump kind of ropes, so you can just bounce and you do fitness with that. It's really quite fun actually. It's fun, but it does hurt. I went to the hit class yesterday. I went to the initial class last week, and then
Mm.
we were using weights and jumping up and down and doing kind of press ups, and then I went to the dance class afterwards. So I'm aching this morning.
Uh,
Positively aching. Mash up, you could say. It's a mash up HPQ
you
on
could
the
you could do with a lovely massage, right?
ah a sauna, spa, all those kind of things. I would like. I would like. And I was supposed to go into work today, but I've decided I'll leave that till tomorrow and Thursday. And the funny thing is that I want to talk about actually is this return to work mandate that's been going on during COVID. All of a sudden, we could work from home. Everyone's loving it, or some people didn't. COVID's lifted. Companies are saying, yes, you can still work from home. We're going to employ a flexible work program for those that need it. And I think people realize that the traveling to work is just overrated. The time that you spent traveling, the cost of traveling, and the cost of even eating outside of work, it makes sense to stay at home. You can pick up your kids after school, and it just means that you can get everything done in a day. Now companies are just relinquishing that. Amazon have decided, nope, everyone's returning to the office. I think Elon Musk decided it when he took over Twitter and renamed it X, that he's not having anyone work from home. And I think the difficulties has been is that people have quite royally taken the P and had two jobs and all sorts
Mm.
of things, earning double bubble.
And not doing all the work. But and also, you're telling people that people are getting used to a different form of lifestyle. Um, and plans change on what you do. So now those plans need to be uprooted, and taking those hours and going back into work again. It must be difficult.
It is, and I think people, especially for people that have children to look after, may it be mums or fathers that take in that role. You know,
Yeah.
school starts at 9 a.m., work starts at 9 a.m. or school starts at 8:30. That's a half-hour window to get to your job, which is it's just not sufficient. So you have to employ an army of people to help you do that. And I don't know. Companies need to be a little bit more family orientated, I think, and understand that there are responsibilities in life. I mean, we give so much leeway to children. Why not give it to the adults too? Let us have some leeway as well in this world of work that they call us. Going to a government 9 till 5. I still don't understand the mechanism of shoving everybody in one place at 1 hour and carting them all out again at the same hour. There's no change in that. I just wish companies would have a different mindset and not try and drag everyone into work. But we know that the businesses are suffering on the high street, and it's just a ploy by the government, the businesses, to drag people back into work so that everyone can continue making money from us while we still act as a slave to that work line. And yes, I'm going to agree with you, Juicy. Sharky DJ, you need to turn up your mic a little bit. I thought it was me with you sounding very low. You sound very low this morning. Thank you,
Yeah,
Juicy.
that better.
Much better. Now it sounds
All right,
like you're
there you
here
go.
with me.
Okay, it's up,
Good one. Why don't you play a track, Sharky?
Yes, I
Classics,
will do in the next couple of days. HPQ, unmute yourself.
Yes. Well, I watched you on the press coverage.
Yesterday. Oh, that was fun.
Yesterday. Did you talk about that this morning? That was
No.
quite fun. So Sharky DJ is involved in Friendly Fire along with Timekeeper, Pablo, T Smooth, Ricky or Richie B, I
Ricky
think.
B, Ricky B.
Ricky B, and Pico.
Yeah,
I think
and
I've
one
got all
more.
of them. Who've I forgotten?
DJ Colonel.
Oh, and the Colonel.
And
So
the
yeah,
Colonel.
there was a
Yes.
press conference on yesterday evening. That was quite fun. They showed all your fighting talk videos, and yours happened to be the longest, Sharky.
Yes.
Expected. And it was good fun. So looking forward to it. That's on this Friday, Friendly Fire, the first round, and the second round that you're in next week, and it's the Lovers Rock edition. So
Yep.
everyone can't wait for this clash. It should be very, very interesting. The last time Friendly Fire was on, I think was it Juicy that won it the last time?
Yeah.
And there was another time
And make
before
sure you
that.
guys watch the Friendly Fire and
And
watch me
Shans.
strip Colonel. I already told him already, strip him of his ranks, okay? Leave him. I'm going to put him down to a private.
Yes, I heard you say that. Strip him of all of his titles completely.
He called me Shark Diddy. Shark Diddy, you can't be talking to me and calling me Shark Diddy and don't expect me to strip him. But no, I'm definitely stripping him of his titles now.
Well, I think it was Pablo was calling Timekeeper Time Waster,
Time waster.
and then Timekeeper was calling him DJ Pubic. I
Pubic.
don't
DJ
know.
Pubic.
It was getting
funny.
bad. It was getting bad. But no, I'm looking forward to it. Everyone's got their experiences in Lovers Rock.
Yeah.
Lovers Rock was from our era, so it'd be good to go back and see what selection of tunes that you guys have got to offer us.
Do you know the dark horse in that running is going to be? I personally think the dark horse is going to be.
Chris Ryder. I forgot Chris Ryder.
Chris Ryder as well. The dark horse can be T Smooth, Soprano B.
You reckon?
Big Lovers Rock sound from back in the day. Yep. So
Wow.
that's gonna be quite a challenge. He's even got his own Lovers Rock track.
Wow. And he could bust that. That's it. It could be all over.
Dancing to I Spy and Soprano. Oh yes.
Could be all over. Well, let's come on to some news at the moment. So for those of you that live in London, Thames Water is under fire at the moment. So it's fighting survival, Thames Water. They're saying that it could run out of cash as quickly as December.
Wow.
Now, they announced. I think
that's not good. That's not good at all.
No, they are trying to stay afloat by rewriting loan deals at the moment. The company announced, I think it was last week Friday, that it was seeking fresh repayment terms, confirming it only had immediate access to only 1.6 billion. So the talks include discussions with a group of its creditors representing about 10 billion. And it's got a 15 billion debt pile. 15 billion Thames Water
Wow.
owes. How does Thames Water owe 16 billion? What is it that they're doing with their money? And I often wonder about this, what companies, what they spend it on, because when you think about it, done a little bit of digging, right? There are roughly 16 million Thames Water customers, 16 million. The average water bill is £255. So if even if we take the average water bill of £255, you times that by 16 million, how much does that get you? Can you do maths quickly in your head? If not, I'll do it for you. It's
Do it
around
for me.
4.8 billion. That's what they're getting from customers' water bills. If all the customers paid on time, gave their money into Thames Water, they would have 4.8 billion. Now, let's just say a million of those customers don't want to pay. You could just take off a cool million of that, or even take off a billion. That's still 3.8 billion. Take off a
You know where
billion
the
for
money
debts
goes?
or bad payers.
It goes
Three
to their coffers.
3.8 billion that they earn in any 1 year. So what do they do with that money? Let's just say you've got some infrastructure works to do. 1.8 billion, 2 billion. That still leaves over a billion, right? Still leaves over a billion. Let's say you give your shareholders over 800 million. That's still 200 million. So why is it that they're running out of money? Now, with a 16 billion debt, of course, they've got to pay that debt. The 16 billion debt overrides what they're earning in any 1 year, which is only 4.8 billion. So they're
Mm,
just really earning to pay back debts. How are they going to get that debt down? With the
no
interest that
idea.
occurs on that debt all the time, paying out shareholders, trying to do the least bit of infrastructure works. Our system is just creaking most of the time. We put sticky tapes on things, hoping that it will be better for the next couple of years. And that's what Thames Water have been doing. Basically, just taking our money and wasting it or giving it
Wasting it
away.
big time. Absolutely big time.
And I
Not
think
good.
it's just unfair on the taxpayers, completely and utterly. The government bailout is on the hands. Again, the government's going to come and bail out a big company. And
Mm,
we, the taxpayers, are going to suffer because all what Thames Water is going to do is put up the bills. Now, Thames Water is not the only one. There's lots of failing water companies around the country, such as Severn Trent, I think it is what I come
mm.
under, and all the other suppliers that supply water. Just as bad as our council tax and what councils are doing with that also. And we'll come back onto that in a second. Let's see what people might have to say in a discussion. Let's play a track and come back to see what people, especially if you're living in
Oh, I
London.
do love a Shalimar. Second time around.
Oh, I love
Whoa.
Shalimar.
Ah,
Absolutely
yes.
love Shalimar. They were the group of the times, honestly. What was that first song they came out with Jeffrey Daniels when he did the that move when he went like down the stairs or something? Oh, what was that classic song? One of their hits. Come on, Sharky DJ. Come on, Sharky
I'm not
DJ.
with it this morning. Don't
No,
worry, I'll play
you
it for
are
you.
not. I'm trying to think of the tune. What is it? What is it? What is it? Forgotten. Forgotten. Anyway, just before the track, I was talking about Thames Water and how much money that they are earning from us and what their debt pile is, and the fact that they may run out of money by December. So they are going to be needed some kind of government bailout. Somebody's going to bail them out with something. We've got to have Thames Water, right? Maybe
Yeah.
we should just bring them back into government owned institutions. That
Well, they
might be.
should do because since it's being privatized, um, the shareholders are taking out the cash. They're not doing what they should really be doing, and the government are letting them get away with it. But it's all their mates, isn't it?
It is that all the time, isn't it?
It's their
All the
mates.
nepo.
That's what it is,
Yeah, of course
and
it is.
we're left with the bill. That's the bad thing about it, and we're accepting it lying down, as they would say.
And that's what happens. We don't actually fight back. I wish that we could have like a uprising and everyone
Mm.
comes together and says, no more. We don't want this rubbish on us. We just need to do that, honestly, instead of having this trash put upon us all the time. Anyway, so talking about in trouble companies,
Mm.
Birmingham Council, as we know, had to hike up their council tax. I think it's 20% or 10% over the next 2 years. So everyone's going to be seeing a hike from their April council tax bills. Look forward to that. Also, Birmingham has to save money. They've got no money. So their youth centres, take this off. Their youth centres are actually being sold off and support workers are being axed in planned cuts. So at least 44 jobs will go and landmark centres will be up for sale in a move to cut costs in this city's already stripped back youth service. Um, Vital services that have been running will cease to be of effect. I don't know what date that is, but I mean, we've got a huge problem already in that our kids are not being properly looked after, and I mean that in a sense of they've got nothing to do. You know,
Mm,
we had youth centres in our time where we
we
could go
did.
to after school club, people taking care of us. But the kids now, once they finish school, that's it. That's it. They're free to do whatever they want, and ultimately, we've become in this circle of crime, and children just being a little bit more unruly on the roads. And I think some of it is because of this. There's the ones that don't have the focus, haven't got anywhere to go, and so therefore the streets are serving as their teachers. And I think with things like this happening, youth services being cut in Birmingham, as with most other councils as well, young people and old people are the first services to be cut whenever a council
Yeah,
is trying to save money.
always, always.
And it has a massive effect on the community. Now, I don't know what this is going to do to Birmingham, to be honest with you. Already, we've got children um, that have SEN services, SEN special needs, and we know that those kind of services are being cut for people that actually need them. Also, we've got more and more children being diagnosed with SEN issues, dyspraxia, ADHD, ADD, all sorts of issues out there, and we don't have enough places in school to help these children. Then we've got the youth services cut. Then we've got this mandate of everyone going back to work, so parents are going to be more or less at work. Um, and I just think that this country doesn't really understand what they're doing to the kids. They are the future. They're the ones that are up and coming, and I think we're doing some serious damage by not looking after our youth.
Yeah, it's been like that for quite a while, for many years. Not looking after the youth, and obviously they are out on the streets now, doing what they do, and you got to blame some of the parents of people, parents not being around, especially fathers, and it's just a situation now. Don't know how it's going to be resolved.
Yeah, well, we need to inject some money into our youth. Really, we do. We used to have apprenticeships and all kinds of things that we could do, and it's kind of like you have to try and dig through the mire to try and find decent courses or decent paths for your children to follow. And then we've got this whole crisis of university debt on their hands. It's almost like a prerequisite now that you have to have a degree. It's not just A levels or O levels before, which is what you could get away with. Now it's a
Yeah,
degree, and that requires debt. And often that's in the tune of what, 30, 40,000 plus or more. And that's just for an average degree. Now, if you're doing something specialized, it could be up to 100,000
mm.
that you leave university with and have all this debt before you even buy your first house. Wow.
Yeah, it's
Too
got to be
much.
a big con. I mean, it's, to help the country, and in order to help the country, to get a job for you to survive, you have to pay for that. So when you come out, the money that should be paying for towards your mortgage, to help you get on the track of life, you have to. It's massive debt that's hanging over your head for many, many years. I mean, it's a big con, isn't it? Massive con.
It is. I mean, it must be so hard that you study all these years and then you come out and you think, I've got my first job. And out of that first job, if you're not living at home anymore, comes a huge chunk for rent, which is about over 1,500. Then you've got another chunk for your student loan. Then you've got another chunk for travel, depending on especially if you're going into London to travel. Travel fares are not cheap. And all that money comes out before you can even say, hi, I want to go and buy a sandwich.
It's like a hidden.
It's
It's like a hidden tax, isn't it?
we're taxed all our lives. We're taxed and taxed over again till our money can't be taxed no more. Even when you're dead, you're taxed.
Exactly. After you paid all your tax, but you got to pay more tax
Yeah,
when
when
you
you
die.
die. Yeah, when you
It's
die, you pay more
ridiculous.
tax.
Absolutely. Some
Yeah.
comments there.
Yeah, from Lally Lou. She was saying when my kids went to uni, I became a childminder and went part time at work just to help them. You're so right. We have to invest in our kids, grandkids, and so on. Trust. Brum, Brum is just as bad. One of my daughter set up Bring It to Brum. They now have got the Windrush Festival for the next 5 years. Well done. They are in schools and hopefully colleges. I, as a mother of eight, wow, well done. I, as a mother of eight and a grandmother of 19, support them all. Trust me. Oh my God, that's fantastic. That is so lovely. My mum supported me and my sister when we had our kids. My niece and my son kind of grew up together, and were around my mum and dad. They had retired by then as well, so they had all that time with the kids, and did a lot of the ferrying around for us. And I think that's really important, that kind of whole family dynamic in this world, that you have family to help. And if you don't, it becomes so much more difficult when you have to try and live your life and go to work and look after the kids. It's just impossible. I don't know if I could be a mum in this particular time in my life, or right now, if I was like of the age to have children. I don't know if I could cope with what's going on, and the things that families have to go through right now. It's way too much. I mean, look at there's a big noise about child benefit at the moment, and the fact that the government has limited it down to 2 children, so you get child benefit payment only for the first 2 children. After that, if you've got 8 kids, Nanny Lou, you wouldn't have got your child benefit for all of those right now.
Have they squeezed it down now to
Mm,
two children? I didn't even
yeah,
know that.
yeah, they squeezed it
Wow.
down. And I've been listening to LBC about families who are suffering really bad. In fact, I've got an article about it. Someone's saying they've got £7 in my bank account, how the 2 child benefit cap had actually changed her situation. And I understand that they wanted to do things like this. First of all, child benefit was for everybody. It doesn't matter what you were earning. So if you were simply quite rich, you could still get child benefit for your children, which I thought was, it should have really been means tested, to be
Yeah.
quite honest with you. Should have always been means tested. And then you had it for every single child that you had. So it was an incentive for mothers to keep bearing children, right? To get your child benefit and all the rich pickings that come with that, as well as all your other benefits that you get. Once upon a time, it was great to be on benefits. You could live life, get your rent paid, and still have cash and have your 50-inch screen TV, like most benefits people did. But right now, I don't know if anyone can survive on benefits in terms of what's being paid out. The government has made it very difficult for benefits to pay more. So they're trying to encourage you to go to work for that to work more for you. But
But
yes,
they've really made it difficult though, because the thing about it is that if you have children, and obviously they're trying to get you out to work, and then obviously you still got all the nursery and everything to pay, nursery bills, and to childminders to pick up the children. What do they expect people to do? What do the government expect people to do? If you want people to go out to work, yes, I agree with that, but then give some kind of support where even if the money goes directly to the nursery so that people can go out and do their jobs. But they make it really complicated if you have children
and I think
for women.
I think the complication is layered by all the institutions that are involved in the whole kind of crazy world of children and schooling, because the schools are charging horrific sums to get school uniforms. Everyone has to get a school uniform. You have to get it from a specialized shop, the specialized jacket, skirt, tie, whatever.
I remember
And
them
that
days, yeah.
is not a little, yeah, it's not a little bit of money.
No,
And this young lady that's talking about the fact that she had £7 left in her bank account, she said she's got 3 girls, a waterproof coat each for the girls, £150 in total, 2 sets of uniform, a PE kit, pair of school shoes, pair of trainers each, and that's well over £400 just to kit them out in a school uniform, which is absolutely horrendous
yeah.
to do that. And then when the school uniform, I could see why parents get upset when kids come home on the first day and mash up the school uniform. Remember, were you one of those boys that used to come home with holes in your trousers after the first day at school?
No, no. I was a goody goody at school. I wasn't. I never used to ramp in my uniform, and I used to like to have my uniform nice and neat. I was kind of proud to wear mine. So no, I wasn't one
So
of
what? So
those.
so what happened now? No, I'm joking.
Don't know, don't know. It's all gone. It's all
Can't even
gone to
get
pot.
Sharky to iron a
You know,
t-shirt most of the
it,
time, let alone having pressed trousers for
it's all gone
school.
to pot now. No,
It has.
I was very neat when I was at school. I was extremely a neat kid. I don't know what happened in my old age. It just went
Bring
out the
back the
window.
kids. Bring
Yeah.
back the kids.
I was definitely talking about bringing back the kids. DJ Anik said, "Good morning. Are we going to talk back to the days when people don't bathe?" Oh dear. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Delight. Should turn my mic up. Yeah, I'm using a different mic this morning. Unfortunately, I don't have my regular mic, so yes,
Yeah,
I'll
thanks,
turn it up a
Delight.
bit.
Juicy's been telling him all morning, and I don't know what's
Yeah, but
going
I
on.
haven't
It's like
turned
his
it
mic
down.
is
It's
just
up,
dropping
Here you
sound as
go.
it
Look,
goes
I've turned
along.
it all up. There you go. Look, it's up.
Yeah, there you
It's
go.
up
Now
and up.
you're
All
on
right.
par with HBQ there. Thank you, Delight, for the interjection. Maybe you should come and come back and take over
Come an
again.
engineer,
Yeah. And Lanny
yeah.
Lou says, in it, trust me, I've worked for 40 years, now semi-retired and living the best life. I look after everyone. Trust me, I love it. I would love your job. That to me would be the best job in the world, to wake up every morning, just look after my lovely young grandchildren. Oh, that
Mm.
would be absolute delight. So
You'll have a
you
few
are
to look
living the
after
best
soon.
life.
Don't worry. we'll make that. We'll make that wish come true.
No.
Yeah, you asked for it. You asked for it. It's coming. All right.
Uh, anyway, good morning to everyone. And DJ Annette on HPQ's Mixcloud. Hi. And Wolf Michael, I did say hello to you this morning. Now, let's get some different news up. Now, we had an article that I read just yesterday. And, some people are wicked. Some people are just damn right wicked. I mean,
Yeah,
and I don't know why they do this.
he's in prison. Couldn't resist that one.
Miscellaneous greetings for the day to you. Good morning. Good morning. Lovely to have you guys joining us. It's coming up to 8:45. Anyway, so I've written an article about a father whose girlfriend falsified a DNA test to claim their baby daughter wasn't his. And he said it absolutely broke him to pieces. He had to wait 15 months to meet his daughter after his girlfriend faked or falsified a DNA test to stop him from having access. Now, he's already got one child with this lady. They had a very toxic relationship. They split up. She got pregnant. They tried to make it work. It didn't. And then she just announced that the baby wasn't his. Obviously, he absolutely believed it. She did a DNA test, changed the results when she sent it to him. Luckily for him, he didn't believe it and he had to fight his way in court. So this was way back in March 2022. He's had to wait quite a bit of time for this to come to light in court. And she actually didn't even put his name on the birth certificate either. But after a
Wow.
trial, after a trial at Southampton Crown Court, the judge warned the woman that she could face jail after being convicted of perverting the course of public justice and willfully making a false declaration
Wow.
guardianship of his mother. Yeah, following lengthy court proceedings, meaning he gets to see them every day. Yeah, so
That
we don't
was
know what's
naughty
happening to
of her,
this young
wasn't
lady.
it?
We're going to
That's
wait
very,
until the.
very, very naughty of her. Very, very naughty of her, wasn't
As I
it?
said to you, I don't understand why people do that. Is there some kind of other background information that we don't know about why she was spiting him? Did he have 100,000 affairs? Did she have 100,000 affairs? What's going
You know
on?
what? It doesn't matter if he had 100,000. He could have had affairs. He could have done. If he's not abusing her in terms of, physically abusing her and physically abusing the child, there's no way she should be stopping him from seeing his child. That's his. If that's his biological child, she's taken away the child's rights. So she doesn't have to see him. Give him the rights to see his child if he wants to see his child and do whatever. Doesn't matter what affair that's gone on. Some women need to get it right. If a man wants to see their child, do not stop them, because later on in life it's going to backfire.
It certainly will do. It certainly will. Now, Sharky, let's play a track. Now, I'm not going to do any Diddy news today. I did a whole hour of Diddy yesterday, but all I'm going to say is that
Diddy,
where's Steve Harvey? Steve Harvey's disappeared off the plane, and everyone's
as he
Steve.
disappeared.
Two people that are worrying that's been spotlighted is Ashton Kutcher and Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey's jetted out somewhere. We don't know where he is right now, and Ashton is quaking in his boots. They're all scared. That's the only Diddy news I'm bringing. They're all scared. Good morning, Chris Ryder.
Morning, Chris Ryder. How you doing, sir? Good morning. What did I say? Miscellaneous. Good morning to you. And you know what? Let me play a track and we'll come back to that. People, Hotel. I tell you what. As you was talking just before the break there, before the track, has he disappeared?
Well, that's the talk of the town. That's the talk of the town at the moment. Where's Steve Harvey? It was a bit like, where was Kate? Where's Steve Harvey? So I'm just going to sit back, relax, get my popcorn out, and watch the proceedings of what's going on. And just one other thing. Now, his lawyer came out and said why he had 1,000 bottles of baby oil. He turned around and said, that P. Diddy likes to buy things in bulk. You can go to Costco and buy lots of stuff, and he just liked to never run out.
Why? 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 What's he using the baby oil for? Come on.
To cream his
Right.
skin, obviously.
What?
He wants it nice and silky.
So in your life, you are going to use over 1,000 bottles of baby
Listen,
oil.
he must have some crevices that he's got to cover, some pockets, some holes that he's got to get in between to make sure that the baby oil is covered. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying on that one. Let's leave Diddy alone right now. Let's wait for the court case. It's going to be interesting.
Now, be very interesting.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now that we've got a few people on and awake, okay, coming up to some. Oh, actually, it's 8:52. I've got to be careful. I'm not going up to the top of the hour. Now, interesting conversation that this might be, but this young lady makes thousands as a professional honey trapper. 500 women contact me every day. Now, honey trapping was something that was came out, I don't know, I think it was the late 90s, where women would, or men, would pose as a potential flirt just to see if their partner would take the bite, and then it would report back to the partner that their husband's untruthful, especially women that were going to get married or men that were going to get married. They set up honey trappers to see if they would actually cheat. But yes, this woman gets 500 requests every day. Now, she gets these requests off of TikTok as well. And basically, all these women have been contacting her because they do not trust their husbands. 500 requests from women every day. Every day. And then what she does is that she does loyalty tests. Is that what she calls it? And basically, she goes out and she gets obviously the details of the husband or partner or female, and starts up a conversation and see where it takes them. And if they catch the bait, then that gets reported back. So men, be careful who you're flirting with online. That could be your girlfriend's brethren just setting you up nicely there and looking at your conversations as they reel down the screen and what's going on. When you get these ad hoc friend requests and they want to be flirty with you, be careful who it is. It could be anybody in disguise. And women, you don't even need a honey trapper to do that. All you could do is set up a fake profile, just get everything in there and start talking to your man and see what happens. Don't say I don't give you good ideas out there now, ladies.
And guys, you can do the same thing as well.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. It can be done. D Brown, good morning to you, sir. Good morning. Make sure you're not getting honey trapped, D Brown. Make sure you know who you're talking to, D Brown. Make sure. Sharky DJ, make sure.
Oh, I always know who I'm talking to.
Yeah, right. Yes. Now we are back. I can't believe it's like after 9 o'clock already. I can't believe the time. So just before we went to the ad break, D Brown says, I'm not flirting with anyone apart from my babes. Yes, good on you. So you should. But I've realised that the nature world is much like men. I don't know. Things are just in sync when certain things happen. And I've got to show you this. I watched this on TikTok the other day, and it was quite intriguing, actually, to see how closely related man is to muscles. Have a look at this.
This is crazy. Yesterday, during a morning negative chide, I got to witness this fascinating phenomenon of muscles spawning. And if you've absolutely never thought about how muscles reproduce, let me enlighten you. Mussels, as well as a lot of other animals in the intertidal, are referred to as broadcast spawners. Broadcast spawners release eggs and sperm into the water column, where the sperm finds the egg and fertilizes it, producing a free-swimming larva that will eventually go to settle on a rock. This means it has to be a synchronized effort, so once one mussel is spawning, they all start spawning, creating these incredibly cloudy and colorful tide pools. In the case of the California mussel, you can see that the sperm is white while the eggs are bright orange.
Yuck.
I'm not going swimming anywhere where there's any mussels. I'm not swimming in mussel sperm.
Yuck. 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 Yuck.
Listen, people, when you go to the beach,
Oh,
all right, let's
yeah.
find out the time of mussel breeding and mussel. What do they call it now? Mussels, whatever they're doing. I'm not going swimming their mussels. I'm not taking in any mussel sperm. I think enough women. Anyway, not taking in any mussel sperm near rivers, guys. You know, girls and guys.
Muscle sperm, you know.
Did you see it? No, it was white and cloudy.
Yes, I saw it. I saw it. I saw it. I saw it.
Oh
dear.
my God! When I saw that, I thought, wow, just
How did they
wow.
say? What that? Please share that link with me.
So you are interested in mussels, but honestly, closely related to humans. Too much. It was too close.
See all of it
Wait.
just out in there, you know. Oh, gosh, but I'm sure you swam in worse, you know. I was watching this. Anyway, I was watching this video of this guy, and he put this thing in the swimming pool.
Yeah.
And if anybody, he was trying to find out who was, you know, peeing in his
Peeing.
pool. So if anybody peed in the pool, the pool would change colour. And the Holden Benon, one of his friends, he threw it in, and they never knew. And it changed to the purple colour, and he was like, "You're the one doing it." You know what I mean? So like I said, you never know. I mean, imagine when you go swimming, you just don't know what people do in it, and it's all going in your mouth. All the
That's why there's a
everything's
lot of
coming out.
chlorine in the water.
Exactly.
You know, I
But
don't
it's
get
still in there.
I don't get upset with chlorine in the water
You know what I mean?
because I go swimming a lot, and there's mouthfuls. You don't swallow. You never swallow the pool water. Please, guys, don't swallow the pool water.
Could you
ever.
imagine in the pool, everybody's got colds and they're in there.
It's
and
not
it's all
that.
coming in.
People with cold sores go swimming. You know, people with verrucas go swimming. People
Oh,
farting
dear.
in the water, peeing in the water, come with their nasty, sweaty selves from all day and just jump straight in the pool without having a shower. Those type of people.
Then he
The
loses
people
it.
that come swimming just to have a shower, just to wash. I don't know.
Then he loses, the black man would be extinct, so they'll not swim. You're damn right. You're right about that.
Muscle
Oh.
sperm, it's the most interesting thing. Anyway. So, in fact, I've got 2 videos to show you, back-to-back videos. And you know I'm a foodie, right?
Yeah.
You
Yes,
know
you're
I'm a foodie.
Okay.
And you know I like to find that, you know, food that we normally wouldn't eat, that I think would interest the Mixcloud family. Sorry for those on the radio that can't see this video. Let's get into some foodie viewings today. Let's see if you'll enjoy this. Would you eat this, people? Come on. Do you know what? I actually think that could taste quite nice.
No,
I would
thank
try that.
you. No,
I would
thank you.
try that. No, seriously, the way that they cooked it up, that looked like a nice, nutritious soup. Just if you get over the eye, if you get over it's an eye. Look, listen, I seen big people suck out a fish eye. So this kind of eye shouldn't be too difficult. A whole fish eye. I've seen. My mum used to live for fish eye and fish head. So eating one of them eyes, and it cooked up. I like gristle. You see, that may be what it is. So that all that nice. Yeah, I
Do you
could
know
eat
the
that.
only thing? Do you know the only thing I liked about that video?
What was that? The soup.
The 2 salsa tracks that were played in the background. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that I liked about that video.
D Brown says, no way, yuck. Lanny Lou says, no HPQ, no. Delight says, take out the eye, and it would be a nice. Thanks, Delight. You know, if you see past the eye, but even the eye, I would eat it. If they could brown it up a little bit, it looked a bit pale. Maybe if they browned it, put some browning on it, right?
Oh gosh.
Oh,
Tell you if you listen to this live on radio, it's like this big thing. It just looks like an eye. Like
It
I don't
is
know,
an
it just
eye.
looks
They are
horrible.
eyes.
What's it? An eye of what?
It must be a bullseye. A bullseye, cow's eye,
Jeez.
yak eye, something. Some
Nah,
big eye or
man.
some animal.
You can
But did you
that-
see when she took it out and she cut it and it squirted out some of the eye juice?
Oh no. Jeez.
Oh God! What have we got this morning? We got mussel sperm and we got big bullseye cooking up in a nice soup. I would eat that though, everyone. I don't care. Pablo Mix says no, sir. Verona says I'll give you that soup, Donald Brown. Listen, Verona, me and you, let's go and cook up a bullseye soup, cow eye, yak eye soup, right? And serve it up.
You
Don't
are
tell.
terrible. You're terrible.
Pretend it's
You're
cow
absolutely
foot, cut it
terrible.
up, you know,
Absolutely
mix it up with some cow bones, serve that up nice.
Cowboys, you know.
Oh God!
Oh,
Delight says
dear.
when that eye goes pop in your mouth. No, because it's been cooked down. It's been cooked right down. Because you know, normally when you watch I'm a Celebrity and they eat one of those
Yeah.
eyes and it's really hard and it pops in your mouth and you get all the eye juice. No, this
Eye
is
juice.
cooked right down. Did you not see it in the
I saw it.
pressure cooker? That was pressured down for a few hours. Those eyes.
I saw it.
Yeah.
God.
Verona's Green says definitely. Yeah, see, she's up for it. Delight's on my level. Verona's on my level. Come on, foodies. There's nothing wrong with some
you
yak
see,
eye.
You, Verona, right, and Delight would all nyam that. Me, Pablo, and Mr. D, we ain't nyamming them thing there.
No. D Brown says, I love the fish eye and head. See it there? He eats fish eye.
He says fish
said-
eye, but we're talking about that one.
He says, I've tried bush meat, so why not? Thank you.
Oh
It's not
God, you
just
let
about
the side
survival
down,
modes.
D.
Come
You let the
on.
side down. D says minus the eye.
No, son up me. You don't want no yak eye?
Just like this. Squirting.
I want some now. I'm actually quite
God.
intrigued. I want to
Do you know
go
what?
cook some eye soup.
You know, let me go play a tune. Let me play a tune before I puke up. Let me puke up.
Oh my gosh. I'm just reading some of the chat, and Delight says, go and find one of them Brazilian restaurants. I'm sure they'll sell that soup. I'll make it myself. I'm not going to no restaurant. I'm just going to my local butchers and say, can I have a couple of eyes, please? And then cook that up in some soup. And Sharky's going to be having some yak eye soup very soon, you know?
Listen,
Some
I
eye
ain't
soup.
having no eye soup at all whatsoever. If it don't taste anywhere like what I'm used to, me nah nyam it.
Oh, well, if you don't know, because you know you're a man that eats everything, right?
Not
Excuse the
everything.
pun.
Not everything. Not everything. I don't eat pork and I don't eat seafood. You know that. Anything else, but no pork, no seafood.
What's the worst food you've had, do you think? Don't you? Because you don't eat chicken foot, you don't eat cow
No.
foot. Well, no, you eat cow foot. No cow foot,
Cow
no
foot.
chicken foot.
I've had chicken foot in the past. I think I've had. I don't know. No, I'm not sure if
Some
I've had
roasted chicken foot is nice, you see.
No,
Listen, I don't know if
no.
anyone else agrees with me.
Cow
Delight,
foot.
do you like chicken foot? Any
I'll
chicken
tell you
foot?
what,
Any cow
I-
foot?
What I used to like back in the day was cow foot soup. That was nice.
Yes, I still cook
had a
cow
nice
foot soup. Even
flavour.
pig's trotters, you
to-
know.
To try and get me
Souse.
to eat that now, I've never eaten souse. Never eaten that. I don't eat.
Anyone a
black pudding or
Bayesian?
anything like
Anyone
that.
a Bayesian here? Any
No.
Bayesians here? 'Cause you know they like the South. That's what I kind of grew up with as
Pablo's
well.
Bayesian.
Ah,
Pablo mixes Bayesian.
you have them jellied trotters. Come on. Who else has eaten something? I've eaten iguana. They like iguana in Trinidad. So I've had iguana.
No, Delight said chicken foot, cow foot, not ass. Oh dear.
See,
G4 say
G4's.
he's from Grenada, isn't he? He's from one of them islands, isn't it?
See it there, lovely Lee says nice and gummy. I like that. I like the crunchiness.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
The soft gummy stuff, yeah. Pig's trot is nice, souse is nice. Yeah, chicken foot, all of that. Cow foot. It's nice. It's what we grew up with. It's what our ancestors ate. There's no part of the
The
food can
ancestors
you
were
waste.
forced to eat it because they weren't given the nice part of the meat. That's why.
Listen,
We've
I
just
watched
grown
the
up with
TikTok
that.
video. I daren't show it, but they had a whole like horses. It was like a horse head and back, right? And they roasted it on a spitfire, right? And then they just they burnt all the hairs off and all of that. Had this technique for burning off all the hairs. It was just like bare. Then they spitfired, roasted it, and then they just like literally it was like pulled pork. The way that they were just taking the food off and off the head, just scraping it off the head and just taking a big chunk in their mouth and eating it. Listen, people eat some weird stuff, but you can. There's nothing you can't eat. Part of your history. That's what G4 says. Yes, it is. That's what we grew up with. Parents brought us up on these foods. So, you know, don't say yuck to it. Listen, oxtail. Look at the price of oxtail now that everyone start eating. I don't even want too many people to eat chicken foot because that's still nice and cheap. I don't want a bag of £10 for some chicken foot. No. Don't eat it. Don't eat it. D Brown says, I've had souse. Did you like souse? That's the question.
What is
Did
souse,
you like
actually?
the souse?
What is it? Because I've always heard of it, but I've never eaten it.
It's like
What is
jellied
it?
pig trotters.
Oh no.
So you get the
Definitely-
pig trotters, you cook
definitely
them down,
not.
like you cook them down, you boil them up, and I think that the kind of like can't remember, my head is going this morning. Like the jelly bit that's around the food makes it thicker. It is a natural thickener. So
Okay.
once it starts to cool, it has that jelly defect, and then you put like cucumbers and spring onion and whatever seasoning and peppers, and then yeah, you eat it warm or cold. I used to like it cold,
Okay.
cold souse. It's a nice crunch through that lovely jelly stuff, as lovely Lee says. She understands. Some people understand.
Lovely Lee cooks anything, man. She'll cook ants if she could.
Listen. Listen, like I said, I'm willing to try. I am a trier.
Next vegan, tell me you eat cockroach soup. Don't even
No.
go there. Don't even go there. You hesitated there. You hesitated.
You still be thinking
Listen,
about it, innit?
Let me. I be thinking about. You know what? Let me play a track.
Yes, you do.
I love that track. I just love. I really love that track.
Well, Delight says people eat roadkill, not misa. What's wrong with roadkill? What's wrong with roadkill?
What is roadkill? Is that like the animals on the road, like
That die.
that? Oh God, no, no, definitely not. You know.
So what you're saying is that you'd rather get your meat from a place where you don't know how it's packaged, you don't know the conditions of how the animal lived, you don't know how long the meat's been there for, you don't know what what chemicals are in this packaging you've put around your food. You'd rather eat that than roadkill that you could
So
pick
is it
up and cook
roadkill
yourself.
like you've actually just basically you've seen it like someone lick it down, it dead, and you eat it there and then.
Not.
I mean, when I mean there and then, I mean you actually see how it's died and how long it's been there, right?
Roadkill is just about finding an animal that's been killed on the side of the road, basically. That's what roadkill is. Yeah, it's not something that you've killed yourself or whatever. It's like it's been struck by a car, it's on the side, you find it, there's a nice meal for someone.
You know
But all
what?
what I'm saying to you is that we're turning up our noses at things like roadkill, but we're buying meats from shops and we don't even know what people are doing to them. We see all kind of people
True.
putting foot on them, spitting, picking their nose, wiping their backsides, not washing their hands. All of that kind of thing
I
is
must
in our
admit,
foods.
I remember talking to a butcher once. It was in a deep conversation, and he was talking about meats, and he was saying people do not know what they are eating. He said, you know, I can go and strip that meat and give it to eat. You don't know what I do with it. And I must admit, that's exactly what he was saying. He was saying some of the meats that are out there is you just don't know how long, you know, what they do, the colouring to make it look nice in the meat shops and all that. So yes, you're correct.
You don't even know if it's real meat. We've got all this genetically modified food at the moment. You ever go to like Pret a Manger or any of those salad places and you get like a chicken salad. Does it ever taste like chicken? Or is it? It's a chicken substitute. Honestly, it is. And we go and eat that and say, okay, I won't eat roadkill. Check what you're eating, people. Seriously, before you stop talking about what nature leaves you, that you can cook up yourself and know how it's been done. Don't worry about whether it's a hedgehog. Worry about whether you're eating a dog or a puss or some kind of animal that you don't even know about. Something or another. Something or another. I'm telling you, I stopped eating these. You know, you go and get a Caesar salad and you got these little square chunks of chicken. Oh. And Delight says I'd rather not eat again. Listen, I might just turn to plant food. That's like the safest bet right now.
Don't even know if it's real plant. The way things are going, you don't know what you're eating. Listen, if we were to sit down and analyze every bit of food that we eat, we just wouldn't eat at all. We really just don't know what we're eating, to be honest with you.
We don't, and they're chucking all sorts in there.
I
actually had a real article about this, and I cannot find it, about food and what's contained in our packaging, but maybe not for today. I don't want to upset too many people. In fact, I found it now. More than 3,600 chemicals approved for food contact in packaging, kitchenware, food processing equipment have been found in humans.
Wow.
Yeah, the chemicals have been found in human blood, hair, and breast milk. Among them are compounds known to be the highly toxic ones like PFAs, metals. And I spoke about this the other day about the rise in ADHD and ADD in children, and that's linked to, I think it's phthalate and volatile organic compounds. Big words there this morning. And many of these are actually, basically, many of these are linked to cancer, hormone disruption, and other health issues. So when you think about our kids of today and so many more being diagnosed, when they talk about this hormone disruption, that's what's happening in some of our children. It's disrupting the hormones and causing all these other issues. Because I've often thought about how comes we have so many children being diagnosed with all this, so many more children in SEN, requiring SEN education. And you've got to think about the packaging in food. And nothing's being done about it. And then we're spending all this money on cancer research. Just research the packaging and how our food is made. And I think maybe that could be a key to some of the things that are going on. Yeah. But it's a big concern of mine. You know, you go to, does everything have to be wrapped in layers of plastic? They're charging us for plastic bags. Why are we then wrapping it around in our foods?
Yeah.
Who says plastic is the safest way? You know, already I kind of stopped using foil in foods because of the metals, and I don't know what's been transferred over the food. I use greaseproof paper, but even then I don't even know what that's been coated in. So it's just all like, do I just do it in the bare pan? And even then, what that's been coated in, is that difficult? Don't let me rant. Let me get off. Let's play a track.
Rant each and every one this morning, the Breakfast Flight Show, HPQ.
Yes. So it's going to be my last bit of news before I hand it over the helm over to you, SharkyDJ. Thank you for a great show. But I introduce you to the world of ChatGPT, and ever since then, it's revolutionized your life, has it not?
Oh, yes.
As soon as you discovered how it works, oh my gosh, Sharky's like, I'm using ChatGPT. It gave me this, it's great. I love this. You use it all the time. And it is actually a very good tool to use for those who have not been introduced to ChatGPT and its AI functionality. You have to try it. You want to write a letter, you want to know how to do something, you just enter it into ChatGPT. Could you help me write a letter, please? Base it on these following facts, and it blurts out stuff.
It's there. And
then you can ask it to refine it. You can make it fun. You can make it formal. Can you add this to it? And it just blurts it all out for you. Now, the danger is that it uses kind of like a generic language, which shows that you've been using some kind of AI technology. So you have to personalize it when you get it. You don't just get it from ChatGPT, take it out from there and plonk it into a document or whatever you're doing, because it's going to look like you haven't done it yourself, especially some of the language used. So you have to be really careful. But unfortunately, one lady decided to use ChatGPT in a child protection court battle. Now, she was a social worker, and she used ChatGPT to write the court documentation, which at first I thought, well, what's wrong with that? You're just looking for some guidance, it's a great tool. Why this is where we're moving to, why not? However, what she did do is that she wrote all the personal information into Chat GPT, like the child's name, its
Oh
details,
no.
what the child went through. So, of course, this has been filtered out into the world. This is a data protection issue and all sorts. Yeah.
I
So
could see
this,
where that was going.
I could see where that was going completely. But this is one use of Chat GPT where it's caused issues. And I think Chat GPT now is being used by students writing their dissertations. So for those of you guys that have got these long dissertations, think about using Chat GPT for that to help you along your merry way. I just wish I had this when I was at uni. Would have helped me a whole load. Just keep running it through the what do you call it now? Plagiarism website. That's what I used to do. I used to write my stuff, run it through the plagiarism, come back with some hits, revise it, run it back through again. It's okay. It's at the
It's
lower
okay.
level spectrum. Reference. But yeah, ChatGPT. It's a revolutionary piece of software, I would say, and I'm certainly embracing it.
Yeah.
And I hope everybody else will.
It's definitely a tool to use. Definitely, it's a great one.
And how's it revolutionised your life, Sharky? Give me one example where you use Chat GPT and it's worked out great for you.
Just writing out what did I use it for? Parking appeal. I wrote
Yeah.
it in what I wanted to say, put it in there, and it's basically just reworded it, and then I just fine tuned it and sent it off. But I've not heard from them so still waiting to see if it's successful.
Yeah, no, but it's great, and I urge everyone to try and get onto some of this technology bandwagon. It will definitely make your life simpler. Now, the other thing I want to talk about very quickly is WhatsApp. Now, WhatsApp states that its messages are encrypted end to end, and that no one can get in there unless you're subpoenaed by a court to reveal records. And WhatsApp is like the world's most popular messaging app. And it says it has robust security to ensure end-to-end encryption and that people can't break in at any point along the message stream. And how encryption actually works, it scrambles the communication into an unreadable format, and then some software in it reads it unscrambles it back again, and that's your messaging that actually gets to you. But if anyone tries to get into your phone, the messaging is only encrypted and it's only available to you. However, what we are told is that
Put your mic down to your mouth.
they can be decrypted, and there are software specialists that can do this without having to get permission from you directly. Because I always wondered how people got caught with certain WhatsApp messages, because I'm thinking they must have deleted those messages. But even messages that you've deleted through WhatsApp can be found and read. So if you're doing anything naughty, that could be found out on WhatsApp. So as much as it says it's encrypted, it can still be broken into and accessed. An expert just needs to be able to get into your phone and have the right forensic tools and decrypt all your messaging and all the ones that have been deleted. So, moral of the story is don't go out and do anything bad. Because if you delete those messages, they'll find them.
Don't do anything that you're not supposed to.
Yeah, and G4 says sometimes you've got to think, what's this company getting out of this? WhatsApp. Huge database, G-Force. Huge database. And they're being able to read people's movements. They've got your name, your telephone number, your contacts, where the location of your contacts, how many contacts you have, the gender. They can get all sorts of information that they can harvest from WhatsApp. They must be getting something out of it. And that's an interesting question you've actually asked there. One of which I'm going to actually take up and do a little bit of research and hopefully bring on for the next show. What is WhatsApp getting out of all of this? Because we don't pay for it. So how do they make their money?
Yeah, they must be getting something out, isn't it?
Data.
Definitely.
It's gold. Sell it and you've got a lot of money. And that's what WhatsApp probably does, is sell our data. With that, I've got to run. I've had a great show this morning, a tired and great show. I will see you guys next week again. Thanks for joining, everybody. I will see you next week.
And thank you very much, HPQ, for great news, great information, advice as always, and the jokes. See you later.
Muscle sperm.